Hey guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm jumping in with my April faves. We are now in the first week of May, but I thought I would jump in and just show you all the wonderful things that I was working with in May. Some things are new, some things are pretty used and old, but that doesn't mean you can't still work with them and love them. My faves videos are just that. They're favorites of everything, you know, books, decks, crystals, stuffies, necklaces, food, oddball things. And I do have to mention that starting in the month of April, the passing period music that the school I work at plays, like there's a 2-minute bell that rings, and then a minute before classes to begin they have like a scurry song. And so I don't know who's in charge of the music the past month, but this week was Bop. If you guys remember Hanson, they've been playing Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, like flashback to the 90s, and yeah, I was totally loving that in April. I brought actually a bag of goodies with me, and in this bag, my Hello Kitty bag, of course, is my April faves. So I'm just going to be kind of digging through the bag here and just pulling out stuff. I saw that Sammy Menzo was out in her beautiful yard now that all the snow's melted and everything, and it was nice to see her do her faves outside. Whenever I can, I try to come outside if it's not too hot or it's not too cold. And yesterday, totally gray, totally cold. It was like 50 degrees. Today in the upper 80s, like our weather is like whoo, whoo, whoo. So yesterday I was in a beanie, I had big gloves on, I was wearing like a long sleeve under a short sleeve over a long sleeve thing. You guys ever watched that Family Guy episode? Anyway, so yeah, so today obviously very warm, and so I figured might as well come out while the sun's shining, and it's supposed to be really hot tomorrow, but then next week back. Anyway, so let's jump into it with books. So the books I've been loving in April, one came with the Witch's Moon box, and that is the Green Witch book. So I was able to actually, you know, make it through the whole book, and this is definitely going to be a book that I hold on to. This is by Aaron Murphy Hiscock, and that's the back of it. And just, I love the brown font on the off-white paper. Just everything about it feels like magical and wonderful, but it has everything from like what is a green witch in this person's opinion, kind of like the green witch path, other paths that there may be in witchery, how to use herbs for magic, for healing, for it's just all kinds of stuff. There's spells in here, there's how to make oils and sprays, and I just love it. I have a few different books on this already, but I mean, this is a wonderful addition. I am not getting rid of this, so this is definitely going to stay in the bookcase. People are starting to come home now, so you're probably going to be hearing a lot of cars. The next book I bought was Hanau, and it's called Birth, Transformation, and Possibility, and this is actually part of a literary magazine, Nature and Imagination Press. And my wonderful friend, Catalin Siskos, she was the creator of the Hazel Moon's Hawaiian Tarot deck, and we've become friends on Facebook. And then I found out that she was part of this literary magazine where she did a lot of the art in the magazine, as well as all these other artists, and there's writers and poets, and it's just really awesome. There's a lot of photography in here, and it's all about birthing, like not just mothers birthing babies, but like ideas and just, I don't know, it's very inspirational, very beautiful. Yeah, and I am so glad that I got this. For jewelry, as you know, I'm wearing one of my favorite things that I put together myself, but as for jewelry, of course, my gift that came for me, this is going to be, of course, a forever fave. And it's this Druzy Desert Rose pendant necklace, and yeah, I got this as part of the Witch's Bounty box from a lovely person that gifted this to me anonymously. So I did a whole thank you video on that, and yeah, this was definitely an April fave. and a forever fave. The other necklace that I've been jamming with is my Eye of Horus necklace. So yeah, whenever I get a chance, I love wearing this necklace. And for other jewelry, how can I forget my awesome unicorn cat earring that I actually got in the mail while I was in the middle of a live chat, and so I got to open it up for everybody. But it comes all the way with love from Russia, and I have bought from that store a couple of times before a cat earring for my best friend, I think for my other friend too, and then I got a Siamese cat earring for myself, and then this time it was a kitten unicorn earring. Also, I've been loving this little gift that I got from my acupuncturist slash Chinese mom, and it is the heart sutras, so the heart prayers. And because, you know, as you know, I got some wonkiness going on with my heart, this is just to kind of protect me from negative energies and keep everything in a heart space, and everything that I do and everything that comes to me comes with love. So I love it very much. Okay, let's get into maybe some oils and sprays. One of my favorite sprays that I've actually used for a really long time, but I don't think I've ever put in a faves video, and it just reminded me to put it in this video because I just got more, and that's my rose water and glycerin, and this is by Heritage Store. So yeah, I use this like every night when I get out of the shower, and sometimes I take showers in the morning, but yeah, mostly night. So I just kind of like spray myself down, and I feel like it's just like a nice ending after I've like cleaned myself, and then you just give yourself a nice rose mist that just really clears everything. In the month of April, I was obsessed with the scent honeysuckle. So I have this huge bottle of essential oil from the Essential Trading Post. And I hadn't used it in many things until April. Then all of a sudden I was putting it in like little oil mixtures that I was making. I was putting it in like my oil diffuser. I was wearing it, you know, kind of layered with a few other essential oils I like to wear. I have a necklace that you can put like coat the little cotton ball or puff ball and like essential oil and then wear it around your neck so you get the scent all day. Yeah, but honeysuckle has been my jam in the month of April. These other two, one comes from the Witch's Bounty box and the other one comes from the Witch's Moon box, same company. This one was from the Witch's Moon, and it's the Heart of Gaia essential oil, and actually, as you can tell, I'm almost out. That's because I like slather myself every night when I get out of the shower, and just and then, you know, and then mist with the rose. I mean, I'm always coating myself in like stuff. I'm like all essential oil all the time. Yeah, but this has been really lovely. And then this one was part of the Witch's Bounty box, but that was part of that wonderful gift that I got. And so I'm trying to use this sparingly because it smells so good, and it being a gift from someone, it's very special to me. But this is called the Rising Spirit Oil. Let's get into stones that I've been rocking. I've been really into moonstone, like April, and now that it's even May, like I'm still into moonstone. This is just one of my pieces of moonstone. I have black moonstone, I have rainbow moonstone, and then I have a couple of pieces of white moonstone just like this. My other stones, I don't think I was attracted to a particular stone, but more like a particular shape of stone, and that was egg-shaped. And you may be like, well, that's because like Easter or something like that, but I don't know, like that was more like March, April, even May. I'm into that like egg shape. It just, maybe because I am finally diving into doing a lot of things that I've had on the back burner for a while, like my Oracle deck, planning a get-together with all you awesome peeps out there this summer, and it seems like, you know, now it's like creation. I'm making things and I'm so happy. And so yeah, I've been into egg shapes. Like this is my egg-shaped Amazonite. This is egg-shaped blue argonite. This one is just a white agate. This is a mottled jasper. This is white onyx. I have my rose quartz. I have nephrite jade, and the last, well, I guess stone is my agate skull. Edward, you guys know him as Edward, and I'm kind of keeping him in this like little cozy so he doesn't get messed up when he's out here. But yeah, me and Edward just been like hanging out, like what's what. But yeah, Edward's got a nice little druzy on the inside. He's been pretty good homie. He's even talking to me when I'm at work, which I think is interesting. But yeah, I've been really rocking with my agate skull, Edward. There's a food that I want to mention, and my boyfriend knows how much I love unicorns, so he went out and got me the Lucky Charms with unicorn marshmallows cereal, and then he was on a quest to get this cereal once it hit the American market, and that is the actual just unicorn cereal. So it kind of tastes like Fruit Loops with a lot of extra sugar, so I will say that it doesn't taste that great to me, but it looks great. And I like that it's in my cabinet, so I like looking at my cereal and I like looking at the box. But as far as eating it, little sweet, lot sweet. Okay, and I also wanted to mention well, these are also a forever fave, but it's my stuffies. These are my travel stuffies, meaning they come with me if I'm traveling kind of far or I'm going to work, but they just kind of stay in the truck. I mean, they don't actually go in with me anywhere. And that's my Floppy horse, Floppy. So you got Floppy horse, Oliver. He's from England. He said, "What's up, everybody?" You have Jules. I'm from a barn. And you have his brother Nat. Hi everyone. Now everyone, let's get into the decks that I've been loving for the month of April. First and foremost, this deck is probably the best Oracle deck I've gotten in quite some time. The Messages in the Earth Warriors Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Like, Alana Fairchild makes really good decks, but this one, it seems like, these are the backs. The messages are so spot on. It's like, if I need a message and I'm like really desperate, I'm really hurting, or you know, I'm feeling really confused or really lost, or like, why, what's going on, you know, I'll pull a card and it sets me straight. The messages aren't fluffy at all, but yeah, they're really powerful. And I just did like a little mini flip through for my friend Steph that lives in Belgium, because this hasn't quite hit the Belgium market yet. Oh, look, it's Wally, and also Wally. It's the Wally card. Oh, there goes Wally. He's going for walkies right now. And there's Wally's butthole. My crystal reading cards by Rachel Charman. These, I've had these for a while, and I've been really called to work with them. I've used them in several client readings. These ones are just like, if I ever have a problem, no matter what's going on, like, it's just to the point, and I don't know, it's like a friend. I don't know, it's like this, the energy of this deck is like a really good friend that, you know, will lay things out for me, not try to hurt my feelings, but also like, okay, this is what's going on, this is what you got to do. So yeah, I am so happy with this deck, and I would never give it away. Okay, I also ended up getting the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck in the month of April, and this is by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron-Reed and Marcela Lobos. Wolves. This deck I definitely love using the guidebook with. It's very interesting. I think this is more of a meditative deck. I don't know if I would use it with clients. I've just been using it personally, really getting to know it. I keep all my brand new decks next to my bed, or ones that I feel really called to, and I give them more of my time and energy. And yeah, this has been very reflective, very deep. I like doing a lot of shadow work with this deck. Also in April, I got the Flowers of the Night Oracle, and this has been on my wish list for a while, but then I was like, it's not that expensive, like just get it. So I got it, and this is by Sherilyn Darcy. And I know that there's an indie version of the deck, and this is the mass-produced version of the deck that I got off of Amazon. And definitely the saturation is different. you know, between the indie deck and this one. I think these cards are a little smaller than her OG indie version. But yeah, I really like it. I've been using it mostly for daily draws. I don't really use this in spreads. I think I would use it too as maybe like a theme card in a reading. But yeah, very awesome. And this deck, the Tarot of the Xerxes Magi, was a gift from Pixie Dust, one of my subscribers here on YouTube, and lovely friend, and that's the title card there. And I was so excited to get this, and she's so sweet. And just ever since I got it, like, I can't put it down. Like, it reads so well, and I didn't know how well I'd be with like a circus type deck, but oh my gosh, like, she must know me really well, because this ended up just being like by my side, and I refuse to let it leave my nightstand now, like, or wherever I go. If I'm at home, yeah, it's at my nightstand because I'm gonna be using it. So yeah, this was freaking awesome. And this deck, I believe you can find on Etsy by White Rabbit, I think is the company. No, Duck Soup Productions, correction. There was two little oracle decks that I got from a shop on Etsy called Tea with Karen. Very affordable. One is called the Attic deck, and the other one is the Scrapbook deck. This is the Attic deck. And you can kind of use, like, some of the cards are very Lenormand, but then there's all these extra cards. I believe there's like 54 or 56 cards in total. And just my, like, intuition has been running wild with this. So yeah, I totally dig this deck. And yeah, if you guys are into just like oracle decks that don't have any words or anything, it's just all pictures, which I love, then this deck is definitely for you. And here's the lovely backings. This one is her scrapbooking deck, and that's the back, and it says, "There's no problem so great or so grave that cannot be diminished by a nice cup of tea." Very true, very true. And so yeah, these images are very like old-timey, makes me feel like 1920s for some reason. Some of them feel like late 1800s, and I really love this deck, and I find that spirit likes talking through this deck too, so this has been lovely. So my friend Steph also was talking about, she was looking at the unnamed Witchwood Oracle, and she was like, "I think you would like this one." It was okay, but I think it was more her style. But then I saw that the Witchwood Oracle had an OG Witchwood Oracle, so I ended up getting that one. She ended up getting the unnamed Witchwood Oracle, and it comes in this little pouch. And these are the backs of those cards. They're very simple, black and white, but you know, I've just been really drawn to like decks that have not really been my thing, you know, as of late, where it's like, you know, usually I love lots of color, I like lots of imagery, but I've been, you know, drawn to black and white decks. I've been drawn to decks where the art is not really my style. You know, I'm like super into that like circus themed deck that my friend got me. Like, I don't know, it's like my intuition's like, show me something else, show me something else. Like, let's read all different types of things. These next two decks are older decks. I mean, they're not ones that are that new, and one I keep in my little Isis pouch. We have some lovely birdies out right now. But this is the self-care deck, and this was, I believe it was a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo. It wasn't one that I backed, but I know, because I think when I went to back it, it was already closed. But I ended up getting, you know, like, you could still buy it off the creator site now, and she has like, still has lots of decks for sale. So yeah, this one is actually really fun, like predictive deck, like when you're like, what's gonna happen next, like right now, you know. And I think it's really fun for that, and also self-care when you're like, okay, what does my body need right now? This one has been good for that. There's the backs. Okay, Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle. I've gotten some of the extra cards, you know, there was like, okay, you can buy all these extra cards for it now. And then there was like a free shovel card because they were going to dig up Mildred Payne's grave. And then there was like another mystery. It says, oh, we found her oracle deck. And so I actually pre-ordered the Mildred Payne's Black Enchantments oracle. And so coming with that one is the harp card. But here are the backs. They're all really different because they're like puzzle pieces and you put them all together. But yeah, I like that this is really simple. And so I've been working with this a lot lately, you know, well, in April. Yeah, and I just, like I said, I'm all over the board with like decks and oracles. Like the art styles are everywhere and I'm like, cool, I like it. The more different, the more varied, the better. And I think that's good, you know, not to just read the same style, same art style, same, it's like it's like those that only read the same genre of books. Like if you branch out every once in a while, you're like, hey, that was like actually pretty good, and like I'm not a fantasy, you know, genre type person, or you know, I'm not so into this or that, and it was like, you know, it was actually pretty good. And I'm thinking that's what it's been like with these tarot and oracle decks. The very last one is a new one, and this is the Lunar Nomad Oracle, and I put off getting this one. Actually got the large version so you can see that it's kind of big. There is a smaller version that I saw on Amazon, so this is the Amazon version. There's a book in here and you got the cards, and I love that they're large. They're actually quite thin, but I don't even care because it's actually easier to shuffle them when they are as thin as they are. Okay, so here's the backs, and here are these ginormous cards. I love ridiculously sized cards. I love really large cards. I like really small cards, like the Mildred Payne Pocket Oracle or my giant Rider-Waite-Smith that I have. And this is a Lenormand deck, but there are 7 extra cards, 2 of those being an extra woman and an extra man. And yeah, like, I'm all into this. The only thing I'm bummed about is because even though I do like that it's really large, it's not that easily transportable. Like, I have to bring a really big purse if I'm going to be taking this somewhere and reading it in my truck while I'm waiting for something. The cards just slide all over the place. But hey, I love it. And I can't forget my always forever fave, my Wally Walito. And can I just say that my altar is like my favorite right now. I got my sage, my local sage with my rose leaves, and this is my Beltane altar, and it is everything with Wally. So that's it, you guys. That was my April faves, kind of eclectic and all over the place, but that's me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe you got some ideas about, you know, busting some old things that you have out of the closet, seeing how you can work with them. You know, I always like looking at other people's faves and being like, oh, like, you know, seeing things that they've bought or something like that and being like, I could make something like that, you know, because I'm a really crafty person. So I'm always looking at how to DIY a lot of things, you know, that I really like. And it's like, I could make that or I could recreate that. And so for me, that's kind of why I like watching faves. And also sometimes I just like looking at really nice stuff, and not because I want to go out and go buy all their stuff, but I like to look. I'm a very visual person, which is why I always loved magazines, and I would cut out all the pictures I like and I would collage them, and just because I like looking at them. I'm not gonna buy all that stuff, but I like looking at it. So anyway, that's it from me, spiritual homies, and I hope you dug it. And I'm enjoying this nice weather, and I'm gonna go water my yard now and go see how my Puma is doing since he was out on his walk. Probably go exercise later because it's nice outside. And yeah, so if you guys want to catch a reading with me, head on over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. And if you want to join the KWT tribe over on patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot, you are more than welcome to come on over, get lots of freebies, get access to videos and talky stuff about stuff I'm gonna do before anybody else. Get involved in the process, actually have a say in the things that I create and do, and it's a lot of fun, and I like my homies on there. And yeah, I will catch you spiritual homies later. So peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.